Brad, lovely to catch up with you again. I think last time I saw you was about 2 years ago. It's been an interesting journey to Moto2 the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's been interesting, it's been difficult. Had a lot of challenging days, a lot of ups and downs, but fortunately things are starting to look a little bit better for me, and I'm really looking forward to getting next year underway.
Which would you say was your favorite race of the year?
I'd definitely say maybe my race in, well, it's difficult to say. Honestly, anytime it's a win, it's a good day. Like I'd say my first win in Sachsenring was probably one of the hardest races of my whole life. Like I could never break away by more than a second, and no one would pass me, and I don't know, it was torture, honestly. It felt like it was a year-long race. But
just keeps going on forever.
Yeah, but at the end it was amazing to actually get my first win in Moto2.
So everyone's obviously quite excited about next year, because this year, I mean, we know 2 years ago you suffered with your wrist injury, and it was the step up to Moto2. This year you kind of settled, you look settled on the bike, 3 race wins, but now they're changing the engine. So yeah. What can we expect next year?
You know, that's the thing. It was going well for us at the end of the year now, yeah. But next year is basically a fresh start for everybody. What happened was actually we've been running a Honda CBR 600 engine, every single Moto2 bike, and now for next year we're all changing to Triumph, which is a 3-cylinder engine as well. So obviously it's much more narrow than the 4-cylinder, so the frame's completely different. It's practically a brand new motorbike for next year.
So you've obviously tested it already, and?
Testing was difficult, but I suppose you can't expect anything else. It's a brand new bike, you know. We've been on a bike that we've been developing for 2 years now, and there's still a lot of work to do. The great thing is we figured out the key things that we need to fix before the season ended.
That's good.
So at the moment the engineers can go back, and I don't think they're going to get a good holiday, that's for sure, but you know, the guys have a lot of work to do, and I think they're going to bring us a really strong package to start the season off with.
Who's your biggest rival for next year? Who do you think's really going to, apart from you obviously winning the title next season, who do you think's got a good chance after Brad Binder?
Honestly, I find it so difficult to choose one person. The problem is it's so tight that, you know, I mean this year, apart from Bagnaia, who won the championship, everyone else was kind of up and down. Like there wasn't anyone that was really there every single weekend like he was. So
your teammate?
Yeah, my teammate was really strong this year, and he didn't quite win as many races he wanted to, but I think he was on the podium most races.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know, KTM were looking for that world championship this year. Unfortunately, it's been a third the previous year and a second this year, so hopefully we can try and sort it out for them next year.
What is the synergy between you and De Oliveira? Is it like teammates, so we work and we bounce off each other, or is it kind of we work in our own isolated environment? Obviously
I see him as a rival on track, but at the same time he's my mate off the track, you know, so it's strange because in racing you spend the most time probably in a year with your teammate, because you travel together, you in the same truck, in the same box, you know, and it's always better to be a good mate with your teammate rather than an enemy. It just makes the year so much better. So
speaking of teammates and enemies, Darren Binder, your brother, currently in Moto3, is there going to be a step up to Moto2 for him? Will we ever see a Team Binder? Is the question.
I think for the moment the closest thing that it's going to be like that was this year, where we're both riding for Red Bull KTM.
Yeah.
Maybe one day in the future, you never know.
And in which class would you like to race him in?
Well, I hope to be in MotoGP by the end of next year. So hopefully, if not, well, I really hope my brother comes to Moto2 next year and I go off to MotoGP. That would be grand. But yeah, next year he's got a ride with CRP. It's on a KTM again. So yeah, he's staying in Moto3 again.
That's cool. And now the off season, what does Brad Binder do on holiday?
Geez, I think I'm coming home now. I've got this week basically just to finish off the year, do a bit of media stuff, that's about it, and then turn my phone off and turn it on in January again.
Well, enjoy, and we wish you a very safe and happy festive season and awesome 2019.
Thank you very much.
Sure.